Are you behind on your credit card or personal loan payments? Or are you maybe seeing that you'll need to potentially fall behind on the debt soon if nothing kind of changes with your current cash flow? The answer is no. Then do these debt consolidation programs make sense for you? Well, let's find out. Welcome to the Ascend Finance YouTube channel, where we try to help folks understand whether debt consolidation programs are good or bad. Now, please remember this video is made for informational purposes only and should not be construed as any kind of legal advice. Alrighty, so let's try to answer the big question. Are debt consolidation programs good or bad? I'm gonna be very straightforward here and tell you that it honestly really depends on your situation. And I know you may think that's like a cop-out kind of answer, but I'm not kidding. Sometimes these programs are a decent fit for some people and not others. Now, to help explain that, let me go through a few signs that you can maybe look for that could help you determine whether a debt consolidation program's right for you. Now, before I go into the first sign, I want to mention that I'm going to actually continue to refer to this free debt calculator throughout the video. It's going to be able to help you compare your different options, monthly payments for those options, and the estimated credit score impact. And that way you're able to make the most informed decision. All right, so the first sign is seeing that you have no choice but to start falling behind on credit card or personal loan payments. You know, in debt consolidation programs, you're basically hiring a company to negotiate down unsecured debts once they've been charged off, or at least close to that. And the idea is that since you're no longer able to make payments on the debt, that you can now just start putting money into this like special purpose bank account so that when the debts are finally at a point where the creditors would be willing to settle for less than owed, the company can use the funds they've already put in that special purpose bank account and settle with the creditors directly. However, does it make sense to sign up for these kind of programs then if you don't see yourself falling behind? Well, I'll talk about that in a bit. But first, let's go through the next sign that a debt consolidation let's go through the next sign that could help you determine whether debt consolidation programs are helpful for you. The next sign is that if you're already falling behind or already fallen behind on payments and you're unable to file a Chapter 7 due to income, and Chapter 13 bankruptcy would simply be more expensive. So this sign's a bit more involved, so let me break it down for you. So you have Chapter 7, right? Chapter 7 bankruptcy. That's the process where you go through the court to kind of wipe out or basically discharge your unsecured debt. However, not everyone can file that. You need to actually most likely qualify for it based on your income and expenses. And I know a lot of people have this idea that bankruptcy is simply the worst thing you can do, but there are definitely times where Chapter 7 can actually be far cheaper, easier, and faster than doing a debt consolidation program. Now, if you're curious whether you would be a better fit for Chapter 7 instead of those kind of debt consolidation programs, you can call me here at 833-272-3631. Okay, now regarding Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So this is more of a process where you're paying back some or all of the debt, really relative to your disposable income. Now, most times the people that are filing a Chapter 13 instead of a Chapter 7 are those that maybe have assets they potentially lose if they did a Chapter 7, or they may just not qualify for a Chapter 7 due to their income. Now, all that in mind, if your disposable income puts you in a Chapter 13 plan where you're actually going to have to pay 100% of the debt back, plus all these attorney and trustee fees, it can actually sometimes be more cost effective just to negotiate and do a debt consolidation program instead. That said though, there are things to be aware of, like the risk of being sued in a debt consolidation program that you may not actually run into if you do a Chapter 13. And I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Okay, I will say to easily estimate whether you're paying 100% back and all the total cost for these options, you can take that free debt options calculator I mentioned earlier. It's free, it's quick, and it'll kind of help you break down all the different options and costs. Okay, so the third and final sign that may help you determine if debt consolidation programs are good or bad for you. That one is if your debt's already past due and or it's in collections. Now, I know the first two signs were related to you already seeing that you'll have to fall behind, but the key with this sign is that the fact things are already in collections or basically really far behind, really past due. You know, ultimately, like I've mentioned, the process of these programs is negotiating past due debt. So that's why all of these three signs I've mentioned are related to needing to fall behind or already being behind. Now let me circle back on what I was going to talk about earlier. Does it make sense to sign up for these programs if you don't see yourself falling behind? Ultimately, it's going to be up to you, but I will say that if you don't see that you're going to have to fall behind at all, but you're more so just getting overwhelmed because the debt doesn't feel like it's really getting paid down at all and you're just able to make minimum payments, then there actually could be other options you can look at first or just look as well at. Now, one option that you could look at would be nonprofit credit counseling. Now, this option is basically where you work with a nonprofit organization, and what they're doing is negotiating down the interest rates on your credit cards and basically consolidating all your payments. And if you want to kind of learn more about that option a bit more, because it does depend on who you owe, you can call me at 833-272-3631. You know, the nice thing about this kind of program is it emulates the relief you may get from like a low interest rate consolidation loan, but you don't actually need a good credit score to actually do this option. That being said though, there are definitely drawbacks to it compared to getting a loan, so please don't hesitate to call me so I can chat through that with you. Okay, the last thing I will say is if you're really not sure what to do, but you just want to compare costs, credit score impacts, and your different options, you can take that free debt calculator. It's linked below, it's in the description, I'll put it at the top. It'll provide a breakdown of the different options, credit score impact estimate, and cost breakdown so you can make the most informed decision. All right, well, thank you so much for sticking around until the end. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call at 833-272-3631. Take care.